What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Taraxa today. Terra, hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Shout out to FYX Ivy. We're doing this for you, my friend. Not because you requested it, but because you called it, man. You called it. I got a buddy who was not even like a week ago saying that this was the thing he was most excited about. He was putting all his chips into this thing, and buddy, it paid off for you big, didn't it? I mean, I think he bought the low. I don't know. We started talking about it at the low. He could have bought it anywhere else, but regardless, you got to be up big by now, man, or at least to some degree. 95% move in 1, 2, 3. We're on our fourth day now. Phenomenal, guys. Phenomenal. What about the bearish divergence? Well, what about it? I don't know. It looks like bearish divergence now, but it's not actually bearish divergence until you close a candle red. And then if it is bearish divergence, your divergence formed right here. You actually had it. It would be here. Right, so that would mean if it is bearish divergence, well, you'd pull back to about 0.00888, find support or somewhere around this area, probably at your prior areas of support here, and then move up. But you don't even have to do that. Right now, this daily RSI, you guys, it just got overbought. Let's go back in time. Let's look back at the last 3 occasions that this has happened. Okay, this occasion, and then this occasion here. When you first got overbought, was that the end of the move? That was right here on this day. You were first overbought right here, right? There's no disputing this. Right here on that day there, okay? Oops, why does it not do that? Oh, that's so weird. Does the crosshair not go, but the vertical line does? That's so crazy. I didn't know that. The crosshair doesn't go into it, but the vertical line will. Anyways, you got overbought here. Did you stop at this price? No, you continue to grow. In fact, if you sold as soon as you got overbought, you would have missed another 41% pump. And then the bearish divergence came in, and then you dropped, okay? As soon as you got overbought here, it was on this day. Phenomenal day. If you sold the top, dude, you killed it. You did great. But at the same time, you could have had a lot more. You know, this is where it closed. That's whenever it got overbought. If you sold the instant you got overbought, you missed another 127% move. 40% move, 127, almost 130% move. Here, you got overbought right here on this. Again, just because you got overbought, does that mean it's time to sell? Hell no. That means it's time to probably hold on for some more upside. You moved up 63% in a matter of days. Each time, by the way, right? It's a matter of like a week and a half, a week, some days right there. You just got overbought yesterday. Now, it's not impossible to reject your overbought zone. Sometimes you do, and I bet we can probably find scenarios where that happens, right? Or I mean, where you reject it, but where you get into it and you reject it. Maybe not for Taraxa. That's right here, right? You rejected it, and then I mean, you went down, right here. You found support, but then inevitably still pumped. I mean, there's no really good examples of this. Okay, maybe down here still though, it just prolonged the inevitable pump that you had. All I'm trying to say, guys, is getting overbought, whether right now it means that you're going to move down a little bit or not, I think being in these readings is actually a rather good sign that you're going to continue this move, right? Certainly, at least you could expect another 43% to 127% over the coming week, over the coming days, over the coming like week and a half. I mean, let's just run with the idea that you are going to go higher, okay? If you are from a high to a low here, 2 cents would be your minimum target. You're at 1 cent now. 2 cents would be your minimum target. What would that do? That's 96. That's right in the range of everything that you've done so far. So yeah, I could see that happening. Absolutely. You could go beyond that. Just because it was 127% here doesn't mean that it has to stop. You could go up 500%. I don't know. And in fact, the more that we zoom out, the more that would make sense. Actually, I'm going to delete all of these things now. It would make sense that if you're breaking above these highs here, that you might be on your path to breaking above these highs here. I would think if you're getting above this golden ratio, and I think that you are on your second attempt here, first attempt, second attempt, if you are, you'll likely stop somewhere around 15 cents to, or no, I'm sorry, 1 point, maybe you'll get to 15 cents in time. Don't worry about it. But 1.5 to 1.8 cents, what would that be from your closing price of yesterday, percentage wise? 50% to 85%. That's well within that range. I could see that happening. You could pull up to 1.5 to 1.8 cents, right? You get above 1.8355 cents. When you get above there, the minimum target, the absolutely bare ass minimum target you have from the current price would be about a 4x, all the way up at 4 cents. And that's the minimum target. Did you hear me say it? It's the minimum target, right? The maximum target I would give would likely be somewhere around 8.2. I mean, maybe you run all the way up to 14 cents, man. I don't know. That'd be crazy. That'd be crazy. I mean, what would we be talking about there from a low overall? I don't know about you guys, but I don't think this thing does a 40x between now and the end of March or like the end of April. Not saying it can't. If we took this low here and put it to that high, I don't know, that low there to that high. I mean, I guess it's only a 23x, but overall you did move up 37x, but that took a lot more time. We're on a weekly basis, right? That took months. So talking about this next move, I'm assuming that this move ends sometime in April, end of April, middle April, something like that. You'll probably see a good chunk of this move getting going in the month of March. March and April are going to be phenomenal months. At least I expect them to be. It's completely possible that you could see something up here. I just don't think that's what's going to happen. I don't think that you're going to see a 42x overall from your lows. Now, something that is on the lines of a 23 or 24x to maybe a 12x overall, I could see that. The minimum target here, again, would be about a 4x from the current price. This is the left percentage over here. This is the overall from this low, from the relative low of this crash that we just had right in the month of February. And then this would be from the current price, this percentage here. But I don't think you stop there. I think something probably between about 5.5 cents to 8.2 cents is on your way. And it's not common, but sometimes you do wick above the 1618. Oftentimes you'll tip right at it and that's it, right? You oftentimes don't go above it, but I will say being so close to 10 cents and just knowing what this thing's potential is, absolutely, you might find resistance at 10 cents, nice psychological level of resistance there. The way that I'm looking at it though, Taraxa, you basically got another 4 to 9, almost 10x left in you in the next month and a half, if not 2 months at the longest, right? End of cycle, you're going to go way, way higher than that. On a monthly time frame here, by the way, that's a nice bottom. It's a really nice, I like that bottom. It's a good looking bottom. Good consolidation phase afterwards too. Finding support at prior areas of support and resistance, beautiful. Good structure. From a high to a low, what is Taraxa as far as market cap goes? Come on, load. Oh, dude, what? Okay, I take it back. Maybe it can do a 40x. I didn't know it was such a low market cap. Wow. Okay. You got potential there. That's not a lot of volume, though, to be completely fair. For the amount that you moved up, that's not a lot of volume, right? You should probably have about like twice that amount of volume, if not more, for the moves up that we're talking about. But that's okay. To be completely fair, too, you don't really need volume. I would say you don't need volume to come in until you start breaking above this 886. So I guess I'm not really that worried about it. But I'd like to see more volume coming in if we're breaking out, especially if we're breaking out to new relative highs here and new relative highs here. I'd like to see something that's on the line of like 8%, 10%, anything more than that is encouraged. You don't want to see too much volume. Sometimes that can be bad, right? That can imply a lot of like the whales are selling and stuff like that at the tops. Volume's tricky sometimes though, but from a high to a low, you're at a $54 million market cap, man. I don't know where this thing's going to go by the end of the cycle. I mean, to be real with you guys, just to be honest, I'm not saying this is going to happen, but if it were to reach like $5 billion market cap, that's 100x right here. $5.3 billion would be 100x. And that's a high market cap, but that's an attainable market cap. I'm not asking for something impossible. And even then, even still, now this is really going to sound crazy. A $53 billion market cap is not completely out of the question. And that would be a 1000x. You've gone through a bear market. You've had time to accumulate. Strong hands have gotten in. The people will have time to FOMO into as it goes up. If you were to see 100x from here, that'd put you at about $1, okay? If you were to see 1000x, that'd put you at about $10. I don't know where this thing's going to top off because we don't have enough data for me to appropriately make that decision. But there are some fibs that are in between those areas, so let's identify those. You could top off at $1.30. You could top off, and since this is the 200, you could maybe top off at 84 cents. Maybe you don't see 100x. That's okay. Maybe you only get an 80x overall from the current price. Oh well, whatever. I don't know if that's an 80x. I'm just doing my math. I think would that be a 85? I don't know what that would be. Anyways, you could stop at this area. You're probably not going to stop at $14. So that's good to know, right? The odds are that you probably don't reach $10. The odds are you probably do stop below $5. But with this 2272, even though it is at, and I don't know why the camera keeps going out like that. I don't know why, you guys. We're going to fix it. With the 2272, I know I had a line there. It's actually very common to wick just above it. Just above it. So when I say $5 is possible, I mean that. You really could go to $5. $10 is even possible, but I feel like we're getting a bit crazy. Not because $50 billion is crazy. That's a very attainable market cap, especially if you gain some relevance and hype and you enter the top 100. It's a very attainable market cap. But going from 53 million to 50 billion in one cycle, that's a bit of a reach, but it could happen. It really could happen. We've seen coins do it before, and I know Taraxa has a lot going for it. I don't know, man. I'm feeling pretty damn good about this idea of going to about $1.30 to something above 371, $1.30 to $5 personally. That's what my expectation would be. But again, these numbers, they're based off of these fibs, and we probably do find significance there, but as far as an all-time high significance goes, I don't know. I don't know if this is necessarily appropriate to gauge. I think the most appropriate thing to do would be to gauge a acceptable market cap you could see, and I think that guessing that it will reach a multi-billion-dollar market cap at the least, which would be around like 5.3 for 100x, I think that's doable because you have very solid structure here in your charts, right? It almost looks like an inverse head and shoulders, but this guy's got elephantitis if it's an inverse head and shoulders, but it actually is behaving rather similar. I don't think the volume profile would be right. I wonder. Let me see here. On MEXC maybe. I mean, the volume profile actually does look pretty good there, but that's not the biggest. That's not the biggest exchange that holds it. KuCoin would be the biggest exchange. I don't know. KuCoin and MEXC actually do see a lot of the same levels of volume. Bybit? No Bybit. You guys, that's another narrative. That's another narrative here. We're going to end the video on this too. It's not on any exchanges. It's not. For it to get on exchanges, the exchanges are going to have to buy. The price is going to get up. Maybe that's why it's moving right now. Maybe Binance or Coinbase is looking to list it. Exchange buying are some of the most bullish events that could happen. I don't know, man. I got nothing else to say. I feel like I've said everything, so I'm going to end the video there because I can hear my daughter screaming, so I'm gonna go check that out. Hit the like button, subscribe. I'll see you guys on the next one. 1 cent now. Likely you're moving up, I think, overall to something that is around, what was the target area here? High to low. We talked about so much. Something around like 3 cents. No. Was it 3 cents? It wasn't 3. That's not right. I'm sorry. I was like, that didn't sound right at all. High here to this low here. At a minimum 4 cents, but I think you will see prices above 5.5 cents. Yeah, 8.4 cents at the maximum. Of course, you could go higher, but I think over the next month and a half, this is the area that I'd expect. At a minimum 4 cents, you're at 1 cent now. So this thing has a lot of growth to go beyond just the next couple months, let alone the rest of the cycle. I got nothing else for you guys. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. Take it easy. Bye-bye.